Good morning, everyone. My name is Laurence, and today I'm going to talk about harvesting energy and data from footsteps in a city. So imagine if there was a technology that would harvest the energy from every single footstep you made. Every time your foot hits the floor, imagine if you could generate power. Now, it's mid-morning here. You've had some really exciting talks, but I just want to do a live test of kinetic energy with the audience. So I'm going to ask everyone to stand up, please. Can everyone rise to their seats, off their seats? And what we're going to do, on 3, I want everyone to do a small jump like this. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so make sure you're ready. I don't want any coffee cups spilt, so we'll make sure we can do this very safely. So 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. You can sit down. So that may have created some more blood flow, but what it did is we generated enough energy to power a street light for nearly 1 hour. Now, that may not seem like much, but imagine all the millions of people in every city in the world and the potential of what that kinetic energy can do. So I'm Laurence. I'm an entrepreneur, a designer, and CEO of Pavegen. And before I talk about my journey, I wanted to give some insight into how I see future cities. So I've devoted my entire career to looking at making cities more efficient. The Earth's population is around 7.4 billion people. The majority of that world's population is living in cities, or over 55% are. Cities are the new front line between man and machine and technology. I believe a smart city is somewhere where there is seamless mobility, seamless communications, it's run as efficiently as it possibly can, and we're using billions of wireless sensors in that city to help it run more efficiently. There'll be automation, autonomous vehicles everywhere. Now that sounds great, like a future platform for a city, but I'm not sure about the future implications. In just 15 years' time, in the United Kingdom, nearly 1 million people will lose their jobs in transport. We're already seeing it with the likes of Uber. Administration will lose over 1 million jobs. Manufacturing, 1.2 million. And most importantly, retail. Automation of retail will see nearly 2.5 million jobs lost in the UK alone in the next 15 years. Now scale that up across Europe and the world, and we're going to see some huge challenges moving forward. So the idea that an autonomous vehicle in the future may choose to run me over and kill me in the event of a crash because of an algorithm is something that's really scary. So I believe that we need to rethink our strategy for future cities. We need to build for people and not machines. I don't believe in the Internet of Things. Now, we've got a plan, and our plan that we're building is called the Internet of Beings. It's about people. It's about humans doing something physical like walking and having a digital layer that you can optimize. So the Internet of Beings. I've talked a little about our vision, and I'm going to talk about the journey that is leading us to actually deploying the Internet of Beings around the world today. So how do you shift the way people live in urban environments? Now, I was really lucky to have my experience that started at the largest energy company in Europe. And I joined there, age 21, and they said to me, Laurence, come and build us a way to power streetlights through solar energy and through wind. So I thought really hard and spent a year trying to build new ways of generating energy in cities. I failed. I couldn't make it work. I couldn't make a way of generating tangible energy in urban environments from solar and wind. So hanging my head in shame, I left the company, and I kept thinking about this problem. I spent 4 long years in my bedroom building prototypes to find a solution to this problem. Now, I happened to have a camera crew there at the time. There's me in my bedroom, and I was looking at, could you make this floor that would generate energy every time people walk? I built my first prototype out of wood. It was very basic. It was held together with pieces of duct tape and super glue, but it showed it worked. The next thing was I had to prove that this technology actually worked. So I took it to my old school and I installed it in a school corridor to see the results. And the results are really interesting. So we created the gamification of energy. We made walking fun. And that was a really interesting thought. The next thing is we collaborated with Tesla. So we took a Tesla early electric car, and we wanted to see, can you use the energy of people together to actually power and charge an electric car? So you can see here, we took one of our early prototypes, we plugged the car into the tiles, we found a way to hack it together, and to see what would happen. Now, there's some artistic direction in this video, but it shows that with thousands of footsteps in the course of a day, you can actually start to charge an electric vehicle. And with more and more vehicles running from electric in our cities, and more people, why not use the people to power the vehicles? So that was something that really got us started on this journey. Next, we took it to one of the busiest transport hubs in Europe, Heathrow Airport. They put it in for 6 months, and it was so successful, it lasted for nearly 5 years. Now, cities that are new and are developed are really hard to put new technology into. There's lots of existing infrastructure. So we wanted to test our product in some areas that maybe didn't have as much permanent infrastructure. The area we chose was a favela in Brazil. This is the Morro da Mineira favela. And we had the idea to actually use the energy of people playing soccer on this soccer pitch behind me to power the lights used for people to play sport. So I've got a short video here of what happened in that favela, told by a friend of mine called Helena. So just sit back and watch this video for a second.
Essa obra que eles estão fazendo aqui, que escolheram essa comunidade. Dia eu quero andar por cima para ver como que é.
This new form of kinetic technology is a flooring tile. As you stand on it, it converts every footstep to electricity. Just the movement like that. Yeah, that's it.
Quando a gente corre e brinca, a gente ajuda a iluminar.
As these children find out that actually we're helping to light a football pitch, they almost can't believe it, and there's a certain element of delight and we can see in their face when they really get excited about the prospect of what's happening in front of them.
Eu acho muito legal. Eles criam, cria uma coisa tão legal. E ela faz a gente aprender muitas coisas legais.
I think the inspiration around the work that we're doing in the favela is that we're allowing people to take things that they'll see in maybe their classroom, in their learnings, but see it applied in a tangible way that is now in turn powering a community to make real change.
A gente aprendeu que a energia vem do planeta, do sol, do vento e da gente.
So we showed that the power of sports will turn the lights on and keep them on. More than just an energy solution, it actually started to allow businesses to pop up around the favela. And as you saw around me, Helena got inspired to be an engineer. So it really started to bring along a social change as well as an energy one. So that allowed us to show how it can work in infrastructure. Next, we took our tiles to Chelsea Flower Show, where we built a garden using our tiles, and we even got the Queen of the United Kingdom, Queen Elizabeth, to walk on the Pavegen tiles. And we used the energy to power a garden that showed how future cities can be constructed. So we learned a lot about how it can be used. Now, we've built one of the most robust technologies in the world to put into the floor. So we've done that by having entirely UK production that allows us to make a technology that can withstand huge temperature fluctuations, massive forces. And I think that really the ground, the earth, is one of the harshest environments known to man. So we've taken this core technology and we've used it in some other ways. So you can see some examples here of how we've taken this floor and suddenly it's gone from a floor to outside the White House, to working with brands like Adidas, bringing technology to life in a new way where all you need to do is walk. So really, anywhere where people walk, there's an opportunity to harvest that energy. We captured the world's imagination with a small team of 5 people. We managed to get global really quickly and work with some of the world's most exciting companies and win some awards. We even partnered with Siemens, a world leader, a conglomerate in smart cities, realized they need to use a technology like Pavegen to bring cities to life and to get communities and people engaged. So this is all about bringing, as I said before, the Internet of Beings to life. So one of the first ways we really started to learn about how we can change behavior in a city was in the White House. Now, on the eve of Trump's inauguration, and the White House is not well known for its views on climate change today, we managed to install an array of our system in outside the White House that allowed us to store the energy from people walking, to accumulate the energy in batteries throughout the day, and then use that energy to power the lights at nighttime. Now, it's been running for 2 years successfully, showing how durable this product is, but also how people behave. People go there on their lunch break. They're eating their lunch. And they go and they have their lunch and they bounce up and down. They bounce up and down because they can power their city and they can have an effect on their city and how it works. It's now in Abu Dhabi airports, so we have one of the busiest transport hubs in the Middle East utilizing the product. And just last week, we rolled it out with Bank of the West in California. So soon, we're working on 600 Bank of the West sites that will be powered using the energy of people in California. One of the more experiments that we've kind of built out has been around how do you turn urban environments into different places. Now, I don't know about you, and if you're familiar with Oxford Street in central London, it's the busiest shopping centre or site in the world. The problem with Oxford Street, it's polluted, it's busy, thousands of tourists pour past. And we had the chance to take a look at this street and try and improve it for the better. So we wanted to turn this street into an urban oasis, a place that was fun, a place that people were excited to spend time in. So what we did is we installed our technology over a course of 8 hours. And we wanted to make it like a rainforest. So as you walk through this environment, you hear birdsong. Birds play as you walk through. And also we power the lights along the street. So suddenly it became a place where people wanted to spend time and wanted to understand a bit more about how can they make a city work for them. And it changed the way that people really spent time in a city. Ultimately, it's not just about going shopping. It's about having a place you want to spend time, you want to socialize. We also found a way to reward people for their steps. Because not only am I trying to power future cities, I'm trying to reward you, and you. I want everyone to be rewarded for their steps. So we came up with an idea that says, well, if I walk into a mall today, I might power the lights, but I want to have that energy too. So now on your smartphone, you can get rewarded for your steps. And you can use those steps to get discounts at local retailers. You can even donate your steps to charity. And it really helps to bring together a sense of community and loyalty within retail and urban environments. So we've launched it, and it's a really exciting new way to not only use Pavegen as an energy source, but also as a data source moving forward. So imagine going to the cinema and paying for your cinema experience from the energy that you generated earlier on in the day. So we're seeing a seismic shift in the way people experience cities. We hope that in the next 5 years, that we have millions of tiles deployed across every single city. We aim to make our floor the same price as normal flooring, so that you can have a floor that looks good, but that also helps to power your city, charge your electric cars, and really improve the urban infrastructure within it. We're on a growth journey to do that, and a really exciting time. So I'll just finish with, imagine if your walk to work in the morning could power the lights during your walk home in the evening. Thank you.